Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And I tell you what, this is the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio program. I know Dave Gabbard and Gene Smith, you're on the line as co-host. It may seem like this has been 4 hours on the air, but we've only been on for an hour. And we have breezed through boating safety. We breezed through the St. Jude Bass Classic. We just talked crappie fishing with Mr. Tim Huffman. And I know this next guest knows Tim, and Tim knows frog togs like nobody else. Well, no, I know frog togs like nobody else. That's who I am. But I finally had a chance to put a face with a voice. And I'm walking to my room at Blue Bank Resort, and I hear this voice. And I said, that's got to be Will Fowler. I mean, I just know that voice right there. And it's Will, and we get to meet face to face. I don't know how scary it was for Will. It's pretty good for me, but is that the correct introduction, Will Fowler?
Yes, sir, Larry. That's exactly right. That's as many times as we've been on the radio and the telephone and the studio together, that's the first time I've ever seen your face.
Yeah, and you always thought I was about 6'4" and 250, right?
That's what
I did. And handsome.
Said you look taller on radio.
Dave Gabbard, did you hear what he said? And handsome, too. You missed that, Dave, by talking just as Will finally made a compliment. Goodness. Yeah, and thank goodness, yes. But, hey, we're glad to have our man on. He's been on many times. You know I'm a Frog Togs man, whether I'm on the golf course, whether I'm in the woods, whether I'm in a boat, or wherever I might be. And that's Will Fowler, he's the Director of Marketing, with Frog Togs in Arad, Alabama. I got to meet Will's dad while we were up at Reelfoot, which is just I just happened to pick that one time to walk in on a conference that I wasn't invited to. But I just joined them up. And they said, come on in because you're the oldest guy here. And I said, no, maybe Will's dad's older. So we had a lot of fun, but brought along the catalog. Will, I'm amazed. You guys, how long y'all been in business now?
We founded Frog Togs April in 1996, so you're looking at a solid 25 years there. Amazing.
And I know when it was all started, mostly waterproof rain gear and things along that line, and now you guys have really branched out. So talk about this the new products in particular. Let's focus in on the footwear because, guys, I am wearing the new High and Dry from Frog Togs. I got them on right now. Waterproof, breathable, comfortable. I love the color I've got, the kind of the black and gray. But let's talk about Frog Togs and shoes, Will, because you guys have really stepped forward with some things that maybe was never in the wildest dreams of your dad for sure and you. So talk about them.
Oh, that's 100% correct, Larry. I mean, you nailed it. We started the company with one fabric and one style. And just on the rainwear side now, we use 13 different fabrics and make roughly 60 different styles of rainwear out of 13 different fabrics.
Amazing.
And then on the wader side, we use about 12 or 13 different fabrics and have about 35 different styles. And you know, we've always had the wading shoes for the stocking foot waders.
Right, yeah.
And then we started making the hunting boots that you're familiar with a couple of years ago.
Yep, yeah.
Got the Winchester license last year, and I know you've worn some of those.
I love my Rascals, my Rascals, my Winchester Rascals.
Yeah, that's a little slip-on casual shoe in camo. That's a pretty neat little deal.
Yeah.
And so what happened was we sort of started evolving, and we had some customers that said, hey, look, you guys make a really good pair of, walking, hunting shoes, boots. You make a lot of these wading shoes. What's the opportunities for us to maybe get you guys to build us a casual shoe?
Yes.
Or a sandal or something like that. So we already had a shoe guy, and so we just decided, well, let's look at some samples. And so we started sampling different footwear and making some changes to it, and then a couple of collaborations. And so what you've got now is a really solid footwear offering, and we do things a little bit different than most people. We make casual shoes that are waterproof.
Yes, you do. Yes.
We make athletic shoes that are waterproof. We also make casual shoes that are drain shoes, meant to get in the water
Yeah.
and to dry quickly once you're out of it and evacuate that water away from your foot.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
make casual shoes that do that. We make athletic shoes that do that. We even make a kind of a little dressy loafer that does that.
It's amazing. Yeah. I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at a 23-page catalog with Frog Talk's. I know that's not Will on the front cover. I mean, it might be when they cut his head off. But the spring 2021 catalog, 23 pages of footwear. Now,
Yes, sir.
To think of more than 2 decades ago, where you guys have come, you're still an Arab. You haven't left your roots, but at the same time, the collection. And if I ever had the opportunity, I would like to be the person that names the colors and the names of fishing lures. I think that would be a cool job to have that.
That's right.
And so I'm volunteering to be your name man for your shoes now, because you got the high and dry, which at first when I told somebody that, they weren't sure what I was talking about. But then you got the skipper, you got the short fin, and that really sounds like me right there and everything. And then here comes the ocean grip. And come on, ocean and Arab? Well, I mean, you're stretching it here, Will.
Hey, let me tell you something about that ocean grip. So, if you're familiar with the boating industry,
yes, the kayak,
there are some manufacturers out there that make closed cell foam decking surfaces for boats, typically saltwater boats.
Yes,
but you're starting to see them more and more in freshwater bass fishing boats, right?
Yeah, right.
And so, Sea Deck's one of them. Ocean Grip's one of them. There's a couple of others. So we went to Ocean Grip and said, hey, you know what would be really, really cool? Teach us how to use and build that closed cell foam boat decking so we can incorporate it into a footbed on some different shoes.
Yeah.
And they were like, that is a really cool idea. And so they helped us out developing some very specific foam substrates for footbeds.
Yeah.
And we've got one sandal in particular. And I'll be honest with you, I'm actually standing on the deck of a bass boat trying to get my partner to be quiet so I can do this interview.
Oh, right. Okay.
And I'm wearing a pair of Ocean Grip Angler.
Are you really? Okay.
Flip-flop sandals.
Okay. I'm looking
at them. And I've had this pair for a few weeks. And let me tell you, Larry, I am not a flip-flop guy.
You told me that.
I don't do the thing between my toes and
that's
all
it.
that.
Uh-huh.
So I put a pair of these on, and I'm like, man, that's a little stiff. I don't know if people are going to wear them. So the guy said, just continue to wear them. Didn't tell me, didn't let me in on anything. Just continue to wear them. Let me know what you think in a couple of weeks. Well, I got to tell you, if it's over 40 degrees, and I could be at a funeral and I got my flip-flops on.
You got them on. Your man
Sunday second meeting to church and I got my flip-flops on. The heat and pressure from your body will literally mold that Ocean Grip substrate to your foot.
It's amazing.
Like a custom orthotic.
Yes, yeah.
And I mean, for a $29-$30 pair of sandals,
did y'all hear that?
They don't make a better pair.
Did you hear that, folks? And the thing about Frog Talks, and I've talked about this for years. I got my Frog Talks in my golf bag. I got my camo Frog Talks in the woods. I got my bibs whenever it might be, and now they got flip flops, and now they've got rain gear, waterproof, breathable shoes. Just like what I've got on now. And if you want to really get cool, go over and get some of those splish splashes. I'd like to see Will wearing one of these, because they got men's and women's, and it just, when you were up there at Reelfoot and we had a chance to meet and talk, and it's so good to meet your dad and to know this company is in safe hands and you guys have stayed in Arab for all this many years. And you tell me now in 2022 that even some more stuff coming out. So you're thinking outside the box, really.
Yeah, you got a little sneak peek of some of that new stuff that's coming up there at the Riders Resort. You saw the really nice leather and mesh boat shoe.
Yes, yeah.
As much as I just talked about how good the Ocean Grip footbed is, and it is, we've got a new sandal with an air mesh footbed.
Yeah.
At first look, at first blush, may be on par or even maybe a little better. So we're just going to have to wait and see how that fleshes out. But, the main thing with our stuff is to keep it affordable.
Yes, I will say that.
Keep it quality.
Yeah.
Keep it looking good, and make sure that when people buy it, they're getting what they pay for.
And they know that Frog Tog's emblem. I mean, when you look at it and you know that after so many years, and folks, I'm just telling you, you can go, and the affordable thing is what I really like. Y'all know I'm cheap. Okay, I'm cheap, and Will knows that for sure. But I think you're going to look good. I really look good, but check it out. So they need to go to frogtogs.com. That's 2 G's and 2 on both sides, frogtogs.com. Check out their new footwear. Check out all the other, because they've got some really cool slip-ons that I actually I like those things, but look them out. They got the Java. They got great names, but I'm wearing the high and dry. I'm voting for those. Okay, Will, put me down. I'm voting for them. I've had them on 2 days now. Okay, and the most comfortable ones I've ever had. Will, anything else?
It's a good shoe.
Have I missed anything, Will? Okay.
No, I think we got it covered pretty quick, Larry.
I know how to do it because Frog Togs has been part of this show. We're getting ready to celebrate 20 years on the air, and I'm the man for Frog Togs in there. Will Fowler, thank you, man. It's quick. I tell you, we're the fastest 90 minutes in outdoor radio programming, and we did it again. Okay, man.
Thank you, Larry.
Say hello to your dad for me. We'll stay in touch, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Will Fowler. Okay, guys, I know we got just 1 minute. I'm just telling y'all, y'all need to go. Dave, you need to go and look on there and get you a pair for yourself and Rand.
I need to look because I carry their rain gear in my shooting equipment.
Well, I've got the rain gear, but now these shoes are just pretty cool. So, all right, let's take.
What if we can talk them into making a golf shoe?
Well, that's a good idea. Yeah, who will we name it after? Let's see. Mr. 77, we could call him. Okay.
How about Duffer Incorporated?
No, Mr. 77. That's anybody want to ask me about that? Ask me sometime what that means. All right, let's take a break. We're going to close it out. Fifth Saturday is almost over. We're going to come back and we're going to head to the Little Red River on Outdoors with Larry Ray.